Hi guys, welcome to the next update. I apologize for not putting up a video yesterday, and to make up for it I'll put up two today. And going over last Saturday's agenda, I noticed that I skipped straight to we'll call it the prayer exercise, where we hit bladder 1 or 2, the third eye point, and CV24. And there's actually an exercise that we did before that on Saturday, which I didn't name it anything when we went over in class, but when I wrote it down on the board I called it toes. That's obviously not the best name for the exercise, it's not very descriptive, but I really don't have I haven't thought of a better name for it, at least so far. So as you go through the video and you try the exercise, perhaps you would have a suggestion. If you do, go ahead and post it to me, and I'll collect all of the suggestions, and if I get enough suggestions, I'll put it back on the site to put it back to you, and you can vote on your favorite name, and the winner will end up being the name for this exercise. So this toes exercise, what we found on Saturday was that just by doing some movements in our feet and with our toes, we could actually affect the tension in our neck and our shoulders. And by releasing our neck and our shoulders, we allow energy to flow out of our head, down back into our body, and we get more centered, and that helps us with our mental clarity and our focus. So let's do the toes exercise now. So for this one, you want to be in a seated position, and you really want to be on the edge of the seat. Right? And first, we're going to test our range of motion and test the tension in our neck and our shoulders. That way, we have a baseline, and we know how much benefit we actually got from the exercise. So to test, we're going to first look over one shoulder and stop when you get a lot of tension. And I can move my head further if I force it, but I don't really want to do that. I just want to know where the tension starts, and then start to get to, be a little difficult for me to move beyond that point. So just notice how close can you get your chin over your shoulder, and then do it on the other side as well. Okay. We're going to do the same thing forward, and then backward. And then we're going to do a tilt. So just as far as you start feeling tension, and it's difficult to move beyond that point. Okay. So now that we have our baseline, we can do the exercise and see the result. For the rest of this exercise, you're really just going to be looking at my feet, and just follow along with what I do. So normally, when we point our toes, we flex our feet down, and we curl our toes forward like this. And then when we pull our feet back, our toes tend to curl backwards like this. So let's just do that a few times, 5 or 6 times. Good. So now we're going to do the opposite. Right? So when our feet are back, we're going to curl our toes forward, and then when our feet are down, we're going to curl our toes back. Right? Just like this. So when they're back, our toes are curled forward, and when our feet are down, our toes are curled backwards. So let's do that 5 or 6 times. Good. And now this is going to be the challenging part for most people, is keeping your feet in that position where we stopped. We're going to alternate feet now. So just pull one foot back and curl the toes forward and keep the other foot pointed down with the toes back. And then we're going to switch, just like this. Okay? So let's do 5 or 6 of those. Excellent. Okay, so now let's test the results. All right, so chin over your shoulder, chin over the other shoulder, down, up, and then tilt. So you should see a significant difference in your range of motion and the tension in your neck and shoulders. All right. I hope you enjoyed that exercise and that you got good benefit from it. Check back, or perhaps by the time you see this video, the next video would be up also. And that one is where we'll do the points in the neck and shoulders to help release, open those blockages, and let the energy flow down.